Hello, I'm Colleen Dietz presenting my problem of practice paper on improving student retention rates in online programs. Here are the facts regarding retention between the two types of delivery systems. First of all, what we saw from the Department of Ed in 2008, and then more recently in 2010 for online. You can see there is quite a difference, especially in the full-time retention rate levels. So what kind of problems are caused by poor retention rates? Well, primarily it's economic. Of course, there's loss of revenue to the institution and to the learner themselves, often not completing their credentials to have their new skill set and earn higher pay. Before looking at the differences between the two program types, it is important to understand what the things have in common as to why people drop out. And in 1975, Vincent Tinto conducted seminal research that found these three areas are the big areas. So what I did was took a look at what makes an online learner different from a traditional learner. And here's what I found out. Older adults, working, often with families, and then having more of a patchwork quilt attitude to their education. Instead of going to one institution, they bring programs from different institutions together. So now that we've identified the problems, it's time to look at the strategies to reduce the problems. Here we are looking at the first two areas, which for the sake of this presentation I've combined because there's less research and less strategies. The first being pre-testing. Next is interviewing, and then third, workshops. And these workshops are for students to either self-enroll or be directed to if they're showing signs of struggling in their programs. It's around a myriad of things, including time management, computer literacy, information literacy, and reading and writing skills. Strategies to reduce dropouts posed by programs, the third area, include design, policy such as liberal transferability of units, providing extra support in staff to keep an eye on the students, and faculty training. Designing interactive experiences between faculty and students, procedural clarity, timely feedback on assignments from the faculty, and lastly, a program orientation. So as I stated in the beginning, the reason this problem is important is because it affects the economy. First of all, just let me point out that online learning enrollments are growing exponentially at 2% per year and are currently representing about 38% of all enrollments in higher education. So with an upswing in increased enrollments combined with lower retention rates, the natural assumption is that there's going to be an economic problem. And these are the ways that that manifests itself. Students tend to drop out and often therefore default on their loans. Institutions, of course, have unstable income streams, and there's an impact on the taxpayer as well, both due to a loss of income and taxpayers having to pick up those incompleted financial loans that the government issues. These last two slides are actually my references that were used for this presentation. While I had many more for my paper, I just wanted to share those for this presentation in these two slides.